Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Asma Hassan. I'm Egyptian. I come from Egyptian and right now I'm living in Turkey. And for studying a master's degree, the subject of political science and international relations. Today I'm going to present a talk about my topic. It's not my topic, is the for Sezai written by Sezai. Just I'm doing the summarizing this topic. I studied this topic. I get more information about this topic. It was a great. This topic talk about the Neo-Realist and Neo-Gramscian hegemony, international relation, and conflict resolution. And generally, if I generalize this topic, is talk about between the Neo-Realist hegemony difference between the Neo-Realist hegemony and Neo-Gramscian hegemony in international relation, and also the period of the conflict resolution. So, introduction, the Neo-Realist and Neo-Gramscian approaches present two distinct perspectives within international relation theory, particularly in how they understand power, the state, and the global order. The 1990 was transformative period in international relations marked by the end of the Cold War, the unipolar dominance of the United States, and the rise of global institutions. So my topic first he understanding the scope of neorealism, the backbone of neorealism. What does it mean? What it is definition of neorealism? Neo-Realist is mostly based on the realist approaches in international relation theory. It developed by Kenneth Walls. So, Neo-Realism, also known as a structural realism, is a theory in international relation that emphasizes, as may understand, the Neo-Realism. And Neorealism, also known as the structural realism, is a theory of international relations that emphasizes the structure of international system as the primary determinant of state behavior. So, it was developed by Kenneth Walls in his seminal World Theory of International Politics in 1979 and builds on the classical realist tradition while focusing more on a systematic factor rather than human nature or state level statistic. Therefore, its aim is to redefine and refine classical realism in order to develop more empirical and systematic approaches. Neorealism shares three most fundamental assumptions of classical realism. First, state as the principal actor of the world politics, the state-centric of assumption. Second one, state's behavior can be explained rationally, the rationality assumption. And third one, states primarily seek power and they define their interests in terms of power, the power assumption. So the second one, it then gives the definition of the concept of hegemony. Hegemony. A hegemony is a powerful state supplying in public goods and to international system. So, as my understand hegemony, as a defined hegemony definition, my assumption, my approach is hegemony refers to the dominance or leadership of one entity over others, typically in a political, economic, cultural, or ideology context. Is often used to describe the ability of the dominant actor such as a state, class, or ideology to exercise influence and control over others, not just through coercion but also by gaining their consent and acceptance. I think you understand. This public and as he said in the first paragraph, hegemony is powerful state supplying public goods. These public goods include the staple money, security, and a system of free trade that can be shared by all. Okay, historically, hegemony has defined three periods. The period and the hegemony has represented including three periods. First period is the dash in 1620 and 1672. British period was 1870 and 1873. United States, the period was period post 1945. Hegemony are commonly cited as evidence of the link between hegemony and prosperity. While hegemony breaks down, is assuming the international system falls into disorders with the resulting decline in peace and prosperity. Is a concept of hegemony. It falls into the order and peace and prosperity. So let me talk about the really main topic, the concept of my topic. First, I was talk about the Neorealist concept. The second one, I defined the hegemony concept. Also, this part is talk about the Neorealism and Neorealism hegemony in 1990. Neorealism sees hegemony as the dominance of the one state in an international system, primarily defined by material power such as military strength and economic capacity. Neorealist theory of hegemony and suggests that order is a result of the concentration of power capability in a single state that uses its combining composition in order to maintain order. So there are some characteristics of neorealism and hegemony right in 1990 include inequality and focus on and mostly and neorealist hegemony focus on balance of power. First, inequality after the Cold War, the United States emerged as the sole superpower, achieving what neorealists would call hegemony stability. The United States was considered as the hegemon, ensuring global stability, deterring potential challenges, and addressing international conflicts. Second, focus and balance on power. Neorealists argued that United States and in United States dominance maintained order by preventing major power conflicts through its military alliance. So you can take example and balance of power in a neorealist hegemony. For example, NATO. NATO means a North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is a military alliance of 30 countries in Europe and North America. So the second part of neorealism hegemony is the conflict resolution of neorealism. Conflict resolution. Neorealists viewed United States intervention in a conflict as an effort to maintain the balance of power. For example, Cold War and Yugoslav War. And Cold War was running in 1991. The United States-led coalition to expel Iraq from Kuwait was framed as an effort to preserve regional stability and deter aggression consistent with hegemonic stability. Yugoslav wars, neorealism perspective emphasizes the North and aggression. North Atlantic Treaty Organization, military intervention in Bosnia, 1995, as an act of hegemonic power to enforce stability in Europe. Okay, here is second part in my topic or in my study is, and first of all, I will talk about the Neo-Realism hegemony and the Neo-Realism hegemony in the 1990. And here we define Neo-Gramscian, the counter of Neo-Realism. Neo-Gramscian is not so contrarian and Neo-Realism, but it was different. It has different subjects. It has different term. Neo-realism, Neo-Gramscian, refers to a theoretical approach in political and social science that builds upon the idea of the Italian Marxist thinker Antonio Gramsci, adapting them to analyze contemporary and global politics, economics, and society. So, a key concept in Neo-Gramscian theory, hegemony. Neo-Gramscian expand Gramsci's area of hegemony to explain how global elites maintain control, not just through consent by shaping ideology, culture, and institutions. And so, global political economic, Neo-Gramscian scholars examine how global capitalism creates and sustains inequality between the state and classes. I think we understand the concept and the scope of Neo-Gramsci. So here, let's talk and taking the Neo-Gramscian hegemony in during the 1990. Neo-Gramsci theory extends of concept of hegemony to include not just material dominance but also ideological and institutional power. The counter of the Neorealism, and as I understand the Neorealism hegemony, he said that is defined hegemony is represent the material dominance of state power, but the Neo-Gramsci said that hegemony is to include not just the material dominance but also an ideology. It includes the ideological and institutional power. This approach draws from Antonio Gramsci's, as we see in the picture, is Antonio Gramsci concept of hegemony, which emphasizes the role of consent and ideological dominance rather than pure coercion. Antonio Gramsci, using the concept of hegemony to express a unity between objective material forces and ethnic political ideas, Martian terms are unity of structure and superstructure, which power based on dominance over production is rationalized through an ideology incorporating compromise or consent between dominance and subordinate groups. And as according to Ozcellik in 2005. Here, and global capitalism order is a characteristic of Neo-Gramscian hegemony, and global capitalism order, the 1990 saw the expansion of neoliberal globalization with institutions like International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and World Trade Organization playing critical roles in spreading and legitimizing global economic order dominated by free market principle. Okay. Neo-Gramscian viewed the United States as the leading and transnational elite coalition that maintained the hegemony through both coercion, military power, and the concept ideological dominance of capitalism. The third one, institutions like the United States National Monetary Fund, and also North Atlantic Treaty Organization were a vehicle of hegemonic control, aligning global governance with the interests of the dominant capitalist state. Here is the second one of a Neo-Gramscian hegemony. is conflict resolution. Neo-Gramscian theorists argue that conflict resolution in the 1990s was carried by interests of a transnational and capitalist elite with a focus on integrating post-conflict society into the global neoliberal order. So, post-Cold War peace building efforts to resolve conflict in places like Bosnia and Rwanda often involving promoting liberal democracy and market reforms aligning with the interests of global elites. Hegemony was maintained by promoting liberal democracy, market-based economic and institutional frameworks aligning with the dominant global system. And international institutions like the United Nations, the National Monetary Fund, and World Bank playing key role in shaping peace process and post-conflict reconstruction. I'm finished the explanation of this topic. So let me and follow my approach as I understand this topic. The journal Neo-Realist and Neo-Gramscian Hegemony, their theoretical foundation and different various between the Neo-Realist and Neo-Gramscian, their theoretical foundation. First, Neo-Realism and rooted in classical Neo-Realism and developed by theorists like Kenneth Walsh, as I said, and focus on the energetic structure of a national system where no central authority, and envisages state behavior driven by the need of survival and dependence on power. So I'm finishing the Neo-Realism theoretical foundation. And second one, Neo-Gramscian is Neo-Gramscian inspired by Antonio Gramsci Marxist idea, particularly his concept of hegemony and cultural hegemony. Analyzing the interplay between material forces, idea, and institutions in shaping global power dynamics, and also it focuses on the role of ideology and consent in maintaining domination rather than just cohesion. Let me take the second term or second concept of this term Neo-Realism and Neo-Gramscian, difference between Neo-Realism and Neo-Gramscian. The second one is view of power. As a Neo-Realism, the power primarily material and military, and states are the primary actor, and the relative power determines the action and outcomes in international politics. And as a Neo-Gramscian, power includes both material and ideological dimension, investigates how dominant area and institutions maintain control by gaining consent from subordinate groups, creating a form of soft power. And third, and one concept is the rule of the state between Neo-Realism and Neo-Gramscian. As a Neo-Realism, states are the central and rational actor in an anarchic system. They act to maximizing their security and power relative to others. As a Neo-Gramscian, the state is not the sole or always dominant actor. It focuses on the transnational networks of elites and institutions that work together to sustain global capitalism and hegemony. And fourth one, global order between Neo-Realism and Neo-Gramscian. As a Neo-Realist, the global order is shaped by the distinction of material power among the states, and its changes in global order are driven by shifts in the balance of power. So, Neo-Gramscian, as a Neo-Gramscian in the global order, The global order is shaped by the combination of material, institutional, and ideological factors. It challenges the idea that change comes only from shifts in state power, envisaging the potential for resistance and from subordinate groups and alternative ideology. Also, we have finished the global order concept, or let me take approach to change as a Neorealism. It views the international system as a relatively static with stability maintained through balancing behavior among states, and radical change is rare and occurs through major wars and or systematic shifts. And in approach to change, as a Neo-Gramscian, it focuses on how counter-hegemonic movements can challenge the existing global order. It sees a potential for systematic transformation through the creation of alternative forms of governance and resistance to dominant ideology. Also, here are some examples to differ between the Neo-Gramscian and Neo-Realism. Neo-Realist perspective, the Cold War can be explained by the bipolar balance of power between the United States and Soviet Union. So, in Neo-Gramscian perspective, the Cold War and war involving not just power competition but also ideological dominance. As a Neo-Gramscian, he said that the Cold War involved not just the power competition, but also ideological dominance. Example, capitalism and socialism, and the role of global institutions like the International Monetary Fund and World Bank in shaping the global capitalism system. I think we understand my approach as I understand this topic and generally, basically. So let me finish and take the conclusion in this subject. Conclusion. During the 1990s, Neo-Realism explained the United States dominance and its military interventions as hegemonic action to maintain balance and stability. In contrast, Neo-Gramscianism emphasizes the ideological and institutional dimensions of hegemony, highlighting the role of global capitalism and transnational elites in shaping international relations and conflict resolution. Both approaches offer valuable insights but differ fundamentally in their understanding of power and hegemony. According to Sezai, the Neorealists believe that international conflicts are mostly between the state and are based on struggle for power. The solution of international conflict is either based on a balance of power or the existence of a hegemony in the international system. The Neo-Gramsci show of international religion reveals that the political, economic, and cultural struggle among state and social forces explain the emergence of global civil society and international regimes. I think we understand it very well. So I hope you have a great day and goodbye.